What's up everybody, today we're gonna be testing the First Descendant, which is just launched a few hours ago. I was playing the game and to my surprise there were some really nice surprises in this game with respect to graphics. It has ray tracing and with respect to the performance also, because the game doesn't perform very nicely when you're enabling everything in the game like ultra settings and ultra settings and ray tracing and stuff. Alright, so currently, let me show you the specs first. I'm using an RX 6600 paired with the Ryzen 5 3600 and 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 MHz RAM. You can see all of the specs on the top left corner of the screen. Let me show you guys my graphics settings. Currently, I'm using auto setting, which is high. I have not enabled ultra because the game was stuttering a lot. I'm using Intel XeSS, and the reason for that is because AMD FSR in this particular game doesn't look very good. Alright, so first, I'm just going to turn this off, and XeSS is currently turned off. I'm using high settings preset. As you can see, I've just disabled motion blur and no frame generation we are using currently. Alright, let's just use and run the game like this first. As you guys can see the performance now, let's go into the mission. At least in the lobby where there's a lot of players, we get about 40 to 50 FPS. Alright, so let's go into a mission and let's see how it performs. Alrighty guys, we are in a match or in a game now, and as you guys can see the performance on the native resolution right here, it's at 60 FPS. Okay, so this actually, I don't know if it uses TA or not natively or something like that, but seems like it is using something. Okay, so I think my fellows just my teammates have already killed someone here. Now let's try to move from this area. What the hell is here? Alright, getting like in the 70s at native resolution at this map I think is not very intensive as compared to the other maps, because I was getting lower frame rates when in a fight with people in the other maps, so I don't know if this one is lesser intensive or not. Alright, so getting 64 FPS average, also although 1% or 0.1% lows are pretty bad. We've got two teammates here. Let's just help them out here. Okay, let's try to do a number on them. Okay, we're getting like now in the 50s while I'm shooting stuff. Get behind them and shoot them out. Alright, so getting 61 FPS average. As you guys can see, now what I'm going to do is basically this is not using any FSR3. So first, I'm gonna enable FSR3, but we're gonna use native AA. Alright, we're not gonna use any frame generation. I don't wanna go any above high settings because I've already told you guys that this game stutters a lot when you're VRAM bound. Okay, so as you guys can already see that I'm at 7.2 gigabytes of VRAM usage, and when we're actually VRAM bound, it becomes a stuttery mess. Okay, I need to help my teammates right here. Yep. So getting like still in the 60s or 50s or higher 50s, but the difference is, as you guys can see, there is not much of a difference in performance, but I can see that there is some sharper image with FSR3, although there is some ghostiness around my character even at native A option in this game. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's still using the previous upscaler like FSR 2.2 or 2.1, because AMD has already released FSR 3.1. Maybe they have this game's developer has they have not added that to the game. Alright, so let's go ahead now and just enable quality FSR 3 here. Okay, not quality. First, let's just use native AA and try to use frame generation. Alright, so frame generation is enabled with native A option. With frame generation also, I can observe some shimmeriness and some ghostiness around my character. So when you enable both quality, FSR3 quality and frame generation, both of them, then you get a lot of ghostiness and the image is not very clear. Okay, so yeah, so that I don't recommend that, but still if you want better performance you can still enable FSR3 native resolution, native AA, and you can enable frame generation with it. As you guys can see, the performance is quite nice and I'm not observing much input lag because I'm close to like 50 FPS base frame rate. Alright, let's just kill this mini boss. And yeah, we're getting in the 90s when I'm shooting my weapons. It's dropping into the lower 90s sometimes, which is a given. It's gonna happen when you have a lot of stuff on the screen. Usually the games kind of drop frames. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is basically just move on ahead first, try to grab these things, and it's showing me a marker here. Interact. Alright, So mission is complete. I think we're supposed to go here because this area is opened. Let's just replenish our supplies. Still getting 100 FPS. Now let's go ahead and go to FSR 3 on quality, disable frame generation, and let's see how it's running. Alright, as you guys can see, we're still getting in the 90s, but image is a lot more ghosty and very soft. So that's why I don't like FSR 3 in this game. And when I'm gonna enable frame generation on top of this, although my frame rate is gonna go up a lot, as you guys will see, like in the 140s, but the image, it becomes really bad. So I don't recommend you guys to use actually FSR 3 frame generation with FSR 3 quality in this game. Okay, I don't want to go lower even like to balanced. So yeah, 130 FPS, which is pretty nice. Alright, the performance is pretty nice, but as you guys may be able to see that these vegetation and stuff and anything on the screen is a lot shimmery, and there's not much you can do. Okay, so one of the other things I've observed, guys, is while you're loading this game, it's preparing the shaders and it takes a very long time to load somehow, and I don't know why that is, because the rest of the games don't have any issue, but this game has issues with preparing shaders. It gets stuck at a point and then it takes a very long time to load the game, like 5 to 10 minutes to load into a different area. So we're back at the base. The frame rate is kind of the same, and as you guys can see right here, we are going to a new mission, kind of a new mission, and I've skipped that. Getting still in the hundreds, FPS in the hundreds, and but the screen quality, image quality is not very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to native AA FSR 3 and disable frame generation. We're gonna go lower now, like medium settings preset. So let's see now with medium settings preset if we can get 60 FPS, higher than 60 FPS all of the time, which doesn't seem like it's still happening, although my game is stuttering a lot. Let's go to the mission area. Alright guys, we are back into a mission, and yeah, kind of the same mission I think, and we are now using medium settings. As you guys could see, I've changed the settings now, and now I'm kind of getting like in the 60s most of the times, or sometimes dropping into the higher 50s, but that is manageable. As soon as I'm gonna enable FSR 3 quality, frame rate is gonna get better. Like most of the times it will get above 60 FPS, so that will be really nice. Right now we're getting like in the 60s. I've restarted the frame count just to see what performance, what average frame rates and lowers on the lower side, what do we get. I've loaded a private lobby now because I didn't want anyone to kill all the people here, or all these enemies here. Let's kill all of them. Alright, getting in the 60s. Now let's try and go ahead and enable frame generation first. Alright, because frame generation in my opinion doesn't look very bad, but FSR 3 quality does worse than frame generation in this game. So native AA at medium settings with FSR 3 on native AA and frame generation enabled is the way to go in my opinion, if you guys want the best frame rate to image quality, and it will not lag for you guys even at the very high intensive maps and a lot of with a lot of enemies on the screen. As you guys can see right now, I've got a lot of people on the screen and I'm getting mauled by them. I don't have any ammo, so I've got to use sniper. Okay, getting 100 FPS, which is really nice. Snipers, it's even not doing much damage to them. We need to get up there, I think. Let's use our abilities on these guys. What the heck is happening to my aim? I need ammo for their weapon, but there are no ammo crates or something like that here. I gotta use this as a shotgun, I think. So they are dead. I've increased my level, and as you guys can see, we're now getting 100 FPS. So let's go ahead and enable quality. And as you guys will see now that the image has become very blurry. In my opinion, this is the worst FSR 3 implementation in my opinion for any game. I've not seen anything worse than this. They're kind of destroying me and giving me sniper ammo. Alright guys, so I think everybody's dead here. I've killed most of the enemies, and I'm getting 117 FPS average. Okay, but although FPS is going above 150 sometimes, and the performance is really nice. Sometimes we're getting some stutters. Maybe this is some loading bug or something like that, data loading something, because this game already preloads shaders and it takes a very long time in the loading screen, so I don't know why this is happening. But I think this is a basic video. This is gonna be a basic video showing you guys the performance for this game, and if you guys want to play it, it's free to play. You can go ahead and download it on Steam and play it for yourself and enjoy the game. And yeah, one more thing, guys, please don't use if you guys want best image quality, I would say ultra quality or ultra quality plus Intel XeSS is the way to go in this game. All right, it's gonna provide you better performance, and it's also gonna provide you with a very good image quality. All right, as you guys can see right here, image quality really nice, and also the performance. Okay, so that does it for today's video, I think. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. If you leave a like on the video, it helps my channel out a lot, so I would seriously recommend you guys to do that. And if you're not subscribed still, I would seriously recommend you guys to do that. Okay, also. Okay, so enough of that, and have a nice day. Bye bye.